Amanda Hiraishi, and this is going to be my goal to work project. I'm going to be doing kind of like a video or tutorial on how to reduce the risk of actually getting injured for your knees. And this video will be basically like demonstrating some exercises or stretches that you can do in order to help strengthen your knee. And while we cannot completely prevent knee injuries, we can help to reduce the risk of actually getting injured. I would like to introduce our two physical therapists, Michelle Chan and Mr. Jeff Fujimoto.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I currently work as a physical therapy assistant at San Antonio Community Hospital, mostly in acute inpatient care, and I've been working in the field for about 6 years.
I'm Jeff Fujimoto. I work for Casa Cleaner Rehab. I'm the director of rehabilitation at San Antonio Community Hospital. I've been a physical therapist for about 13 plus years. I'm nationally certified in orthopedic specialist, and I enjoy working with athletes, and that's about it.
We're going to be starting off with a couple stretches for your hamstring and your quads. They're going to be static stretches, meaning you're going to hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute and doing a few, maybe 3 repetitions at a time. So the first one is going to be for your hamstring, and we have these lovely ladies sitting here. They're going to show you a hamstring stretch seated, so you can do this while you're watching TV. Girls, go ahead and put your legs out, just one. There you go, and then reach forward. So here we have the hamstring stretch, and one of the things you want to note is that the front leg is facing directly forward, and you're reaching out with both hands. And then the other thing too is that you want to make sure that the back is straight, so you're not rounding it as you're reaching down. So you hold it for about 30 seconds or so. And then the next stretch that we have, go ahead and stand up, is your quad stretch. And at home you can do this against a counter or a chair or something stable in your house. We're going to use the wall, so that you can put your hand on the wall, and then you're going to just reach back and grab your foot. So make sure you're doing this correctly. You want to make sure that the knee is facing down towards the floor and the shoulders are directly over your hips. And you're not leaning forward. And again, you're going to hold this for about 30 seconds.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do are dynamic versions of those 2 stretches. So we're going to stretch our hamstrings first, and basically what the girls are going to do is do a movement type stretch. Instead of just holding statically and holding for 30 seconds, they're actually going to move it. It works as a great warm-up for any type of athletic event. So go ahead. What you're going to do is you're going to hold your left arm up, and you're going to kick your right leg toward it, and as you move forward, and then alternate. Good. Try to keep that knee as straight as you can and go as high as you can. Perfect. Now we'll demonstrate a quadricep dynamic stretch. And basically what they're going to do now is they're going to stretch the front side of their quads, and they're going to do it by almost a half jog while stretching their quads. So ready? Go for it. Good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over some strengthening exercises. The first basic strengthening exercise we want to do is a squat. It's probably done incorrectly most of the time, so we want to be able to teach you how to do a squat properly. And the single easiest way to teach a squat properly is to use a wall. The main thing we want to look for in a squat is back position and knee position, especially if we're going to prevent knee injuries. Knee position is really important. The goal is to try to keep your knees from crossing and going over your toes forward. So in order to put someone against the wall, in order for them to squat, they can't allow this to happen because the wall is there. So we're going to demonstrate how to teach someone how to squat. Go ahead and face the wall. Their toes are going to be up against the wall as close as possible, and probably about a shoulder width stance. So a little wider, there you go. And from there, we're going to ask them to squat. Ready? Go. Good. So you can see the wall prevents their knees from translating forward, and that's the purpose of the exercise. Now when they actually do the exercise, you can stand up, they will use that technique and hopefully understand when they do a squat, maybe holding weights or on different surfaces, to incorporate that same technique.
We're going to be showing you, now that you learned how to do a squat correctly, we're going to take it over to the Bosu ball, which is a little bit more dynamic because it incorporates balance as well. And so we have Christina here showing you how to do the squat and still maintaining the knees not going past the toes. She'll do a couple of them for you. Let's see more. Good. The next exercise we're going to show you is the alternating lunge walk, and the girls are going to show you how to do it. One of the things you want to continue looking for is that your knee is not going past your toe, and the middle of your knee also stays in line with the middle of your foot.
Okay.
So the next exercise we're going to show you is bridging with the Swiss ball, and then in addition, we're going to have Amanda do a hamstring curl, and that's basically going to work her buttocks and the back of her legs, her hamstrings. So she'll show you what to do. So she bridges up, hips go up as high as they can, and then she brings the ball in, pulls it in, and then back out. There. She'll do a few of them. Two more? Keep your hips up. There you go. Good job.
So the next category of exercise we're going to do are called plyometrics. And plyometrics relies on a quick, explosive type of exercise. And what it does is it basically strengthens parts of the muscles and tendons that can help prevent injuries on the field or during athletic events. So the first one we're going to do is, we'll call it a 180 squat jump. Okay? So go ahead. What their instructions are basically is to squat down in a good technique, and as they come up, they're going to explode and turn in the air 180 degrees and land and repeat that as quickly as they can. So let's do about 3 of them. Okay? Ready? And go. Quickly, quickly. Good. The second plyometric exercise we're going to try is called an alternate lunge jump. And what they're going to do is they're going to lunge down, and they're going to explode up and switch stances and land and switch stances again. So I want you to go ahead and let's do 4 of them. And again, remember, the goal is to do it as quickly as possible. You ready? Get in your lunge position. And go. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Good. Okay, the third plyometric exercise we're going to do is called a knee tie. And basically what they're going to do is they're going to jump, try to tuck their knees up as high as they can, and as they land, go right back into another one as quickly as they possibly can. So let's do 3 of them. Ready? And go. Good. So in summary, that's a pretty basic exercise program for someone to do in-home. It goes over a little bit of stretching, a little bit of strengthening, some dynamic work like plyometrics. Basically, those are the types of things that you want to incorporate in a program when you're doing this. Some of the things I like to look for as a physical therapist and working with athletes is, we know that through the literature that women or girls have a little bit more tendency to have more knee injuries than guys. It can be due to the way they're physically built. It can be due to a lot of different reasons. But some of the things we look for example, is when someone were to squat down. So Amanda's going to show a demonstration of a squat. Sometimes if you watch a person squat and their knees go inward, that's kind of an indication of some weaknesses and a tendency to set someone up for injury as well. Likewise, if you have someone step off of a step, the tendency will be to veer inward as opposed to kind of keeping it straight. So those are some of the things you can look for. In addition to hypermobility, and what we mean by that is loose jointed, someone that has the ability to, as they straighten out their elbow, can kind of go beyond 0 degrees, sets themselves up for kind of this loose jointed potential for injury type situation. So one of the most common injuries, knee injuries that is for women, is especially women who play basketball, soccer, volleyball, where there is a lot of cutting and turning involved in landing, is an ACL injury. Typically we want to strengthen the way we did, which is a lot of hamstring strengthening, a lot of hip strengthening, any types of strengthening we can do, not only in one plane but also multi-directional. So that's why the plyometrics become very nice to incorporate with a potential ACL. So one thing to watch out as a female athlete is definitely you want to strengthen, you want to keep stretching, but in order to avoid ACL injuries, you want to do a lot of strengthening, especially functional strengthening. So make sure that that's part of the program as well. The ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament, and typically when that becomes either sprained or torn, you lose stability in the knee. The ACL prevents this bone here from translating forward on this bone here. So again, a lot of hamstring work would help. Things like that would help prevent those types of injuries if at all possible.
Hope that you guys found this video helpful, and you guys can do all these exercises and stretches at home, and just do a lot of reps in order to help strengthen your legs, and which will help strengthen your knees. And I would like to thank the physical therapist that came out to show all these examples of what you can do to strengthen your knee, and I would like to thank our volunteers, Jamie Fidelino, Christina Hiraishi, and Erica Way, for helping me demonstrate all the exercises. And I would also like to thank the East San Gabriel Valley Japanese Community Center for letting me use their beautiful facility.